Okay, so first you need to apply some base coat on your nails. I have already applied mine, so I'm going to go to the next step. We're going to be using a light blue, and I'm using Sally Hansen Hard as Nails in Gloomy Away. So we're going to be applying that to all the nails. And the trick is to not apply such a thick layer, because you want it to dry fast. And honestly, the main point of this look really isn't the blue, especially on this nail. It's more of like what's going to go on top of it. So it's not really going to show up as much as every other color that's going to go on top. So now that we got all our nails painted in the Gloomy Away color, which is just a light blue, we're just going to let that dry, and we're going to be right back. So now that our nails have dried, we're going to apply the second color, which is going to be a brown color. I'm using Mochaccino, which is 325 from Revlon. And the way we're going to be applying this is a little different than normal. It's kind of like we're doing a tip, but we're not going to be applying it so that it's smooth on the top like a normal tip. It's going to be more like little, like jaggedy here, perfect or anything. So while this nail is drying, we're going to go on to our other nails. And as you've seen, these are going to be different than the thumbnail, because the thumbnail is like this, and then the other ones are just leaves. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. What you're going to need is a place where you can, some people use dotting papers, I just use a disc. And then I'm going to be using some little cotton swabs, and make sure they're not the really fuzzy kind, but like, they're just pretty dense, I guess, or put together. Because you don't want the little fuzziness, because what that's going to do is that it's going to leave a little fuzz on your nail, and you really don't want that. And the colors I'm going to be using are Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Lightening, which is a really bright yellow. And then we're going to be using another bright color, which is a bright orange, and it's 347 Tequila Sunrise by Rimmel London. So we're going to make a dot. You can just glop some on there. And by the end of this, you're going to have a lot of these, because these dry quickly. At least for me, they did. So I'm going to take the yellow first at the end of my cotton swab, and just like that. And I'm going to dab that on the outer corner. So if you guys can see there. And I take some more, like keep dabbing, but you don't want it to look whole. Like you want it to look like it's in little pieces, kind of like that. So this part is kind of slow, but you really want to get this right. So once you have that, kind of forming the lower part of the leaf, or like the end, we're going to be forming the top. So we're going to put orange there, and it's going to stand out, especially when it's on top of the yellow. And the idea to this is to have some on top of the blue, so it makes it like a dark red, kind of dark orangey red, and also have some on top of the yellow, so it makes it orangey looking. It actually like brings out the color, because this is going to form a gradient from dark red orange to yellow. So you're going to end up with something that looks like that. You can always do retouches, put more of that yellow gradient. So now you're going to repeat that process on all the nails. For my nails, I decided to actually switch up the direction of the leaves, but you're welcome to keep them in the same direction. Okay, and now you're done. You're going to have these things that look like little gradient blobs, basically. So now we're going to let those dry, and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take a bit of that orange and put it at the tip here. Right about there. And if you feel like you have too much, you could pick it up with the other side. So, that. And then I'm going to take a bit of the orange and also put it there. And basically what that's going to be like is the fallen leaves. Okay, so now that all of these are dry, we're going to be using LA Colors Art Deco in black. I'm going to draw a line basically down the middle. And make sure it goes past, like basically down the middle, or like up to the middle of that little orange yellow area. So now you're gonna, if you need to dip it in again, you can. And just make two diagonal lines on each side, like so. And you're gonna have something like this. Obviously that's not a tree, so now we're just gonna add more little branches to the tree. Don't be scared to just make random lines, and as you make the lines, just add more lines to it. Now, while that's drying, we're gonna go on to our nails. And with the yellow, we're just gonna take off a lot of the nail polish, the excess nail polish. Just take it off. And using the very side of it, we're just gonna dab it a little bit on the tree. Very little, like that. And that's just basically gonna be the leftover leaves that haven't, you know, the ones that haven't fallen yet, because the rest are on the ground, right? So you just want to show that there's just a little bit more leaves left. Not too many, but you know, there's still some. So that's what your tree should look like. And I'm just gonna outline the leaves. So I'm defining the leaves and actually making them look like leaves. So how I'm gonna start this is I'm gonna start, basically the red, orange, or dark orange part is the base of the leaf, and the yellow is the tip. So the twiggy part, or you know, the long part, is gonna start from the red, and I'm gonna just drag that down all the way to the yellow. And now, starting from the very top, just pulling it so that I can create a border around the nail. And we're just going to do that with all the nails. Okay, so now that all our nails are defined like that, we're just going to add little lines in the middle. We're going to make the lines just 2 lines. And basically that's it. You have your leaves, your tree with your leaves on the floor, so they all look the same. And now I'm just going to add a quick coat of top coat, and I'll be right back. Nails, leaves, and the tree.